Thank you for joining us at Uzbekistan's Economic Forum 2021. Our guest is Tom Teerlynck. Tom is Executive Vice President at ACWA Power. Tom, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me here, Charlotte.
Tom, ACWA Power has been in Uzbekistan since 2019, and you have achieved a lot of work since you started working here. And that's a testimony to the speed at which things can happen here.
That's very correct, Charlotte. We have been here, and I've been personally here for the first time in May 2019, and it was actually only a couple of months after the Ministry of Energy was established. So everything was brand new. There was a new minister, there was a new department, there was a new division, there was new people that were being hired, and we came here as a power company to really look into what power investments can we do. What can we do in the power sector? What are the type of projects that we can develop and then later on also operate both in the conventional power and in the renewable power sector. The speed has been amazing. We have had very close discussions with the government. We have submitted a number of proposals. We had very tough discussions, but very interesting discussions with the ministry and their team and with the number of other ministries as well. And that has resulted in March 2020, so just before the start of the lockdown, to sign our first major project in Uzbekistan, which is a 1,500 megawatt high efficiency gas-fired power plant in the province of Teerlynck.
And tell us about the government's plans to reform its energy sector. There's a lot happening at the moment, and some of it may seem a little bit ambitious, I guess. So tell us about the opportunities and challenges as a result of this raft of reforms that will soon change the sector.
Yeah, so definitely what the government is doing in respect of the power sector is really transforming. It is very ambitious, but at the same time it's also very realistic because in order to drive the whole transformation sector, it's very important that they do a transformation of the power sector. And when I say when they do a transformation of the entire country, the power sector is really the motor of the economy of a country. So it's very important that they do this transformation of the power sector. The ambition is there and is realistic, and what the government wants to do is increase the power generation capacity from about 14,000 megawatts today to about 34,000 megawatts by the end of this decade. And they're very much on track to do that, thanks to the fact that they're really acting very diligently. But of course, there's still a lot of things to do. What they're focusing on, the government, is both to replace conventional power plant, old, inefficient conventional power plants, gas-fired power plants, with new gas-fired power plants, and that's where our gas-fired power plant in Teerlynck comes into the picture, because that's a power plant that is going to halve the gas consumption per kilowatt hour produced, which means also halving the CO2 emissions that the power plant will emit. At the same time, it's also a power plant that will drastically reduce the water consumption compared with the power plants that it will replace. So replacement of conventional power plants, some additional capacity in conventional power plants, but particularly also a huge increase, not only increase, actually a start of implementing renewable power projects in the country, mainly wind power projects and solar power projects.
Renewables, a very important topic here in Uzbekistan. So how do you assist the government in delivering its vision to increase the share of renewables in its energy mix?
Yeah, so as a private player in the energy sector, of course, the role that we can play as ACWA Power is really to build renewable power plants in the country, large renewable power plants in the country, deliver them in time and deliver them in quality. The government is in a hurry to really have these renewable power plants up and running, to have them operational, because there is really a need for power in the country. There's an urgent need for power in the country. So the way that we, I would say, support the government is really by coming here, investing into these power projects, bringing along ourselves best technology, bringing along international finance institutions, also international commercial banks. We bring also the World Bank, and then particularly also making sure that the project is constructed in time and that on the long term we do the operation and maintenance for over a period of 25 years.
And how would you describe the potential for renewables here?
So the potential for renewables is huge in this country. Recently, the target has been increased from 8 gigawatt to 12 gigawatt, including wind and solar. And this is a target that they want to reach by 2030, so the end of this decade, and we have about 9 years left. It's a very ambitious target, but this is happening. We see that this is happening. The country is signing large deals with ACWA Power, is signing large projects with other major power developers in the country, is tendering large projects as well in the renewable sector. So we can see that they're taking this extremely serious, and we believe that this is happening.
Finally, Tom, being here for the country's first economic forum, how important is it, how significant?
The Economic Forum is an extremely important event, I believe, and the timing of the Economic Forum is very important. The Economic Forum is taking place at a moment where the world and also the country is coming out of a lockdown. It really shows the dynamics of the country. It shows the push that the country has towards the future. It shows it's a sign of the transformation drive that exists in the country, and we see huge interest. When you look here in the Economic Forum, you meet people from the international development agencies and institutions. You meet people from large corporate entities from worldwide. So an extremely interesting forum, and by the way, also extremely well organized.
Thank you, Tom Teerlynck. Thank you very much.
Thank you.